This week something that's been sent in to us to test, and I'm doing an unboxing today. It is the Viofo A119 Mini 2. Okay, first of all, here's the box. This is the box as it arrived from Viofo or Viofo. What do we know about this? It's got quad HD 14p, a Sony Starvis 2 sensor, super night vision, built-in Wi-Fi, GPS logger, parking mode, voice control, and Bluetooth, which is optional. They've also sent me a hardware kit. Now that's normally something you have to pay for, so I'm assuming that that's an option. A circular polarising lens filter, and the all-important SD card. And whatever dash cam you buy, make sure you always get the right SD card, because it can go horribly wrong. All right, let's get to the opening. Normally I've got a little bit more room, but it was getting a bit chilly outside. So, this is nice packaging. Feels nice and solid. Okay, all right, that's one of those slide ones, so let me see if I can slide this out. Okay, that took a bit of doing. So that's the packaging, just folded it flat. Nice quality box, which I think always makes a world of difference, because the crappier the packaging, the crappier the product. Oh wow, this is fairly small. Wow. From the picture on the box it looked absolutely enormous, but well, look, here it is compared to my Navman. It's got a USB-C connector, so I'm not going to be able to try it out now. Let's see what else is in the box. Read me before installation. I certainly will. Aha! Now I was wondering why it had a flat back. Now I know why. You stick this to the windscreen and then you stick this to the plastic. That means it doesn't have a suction cup, which is a little bit disappointing. Never mind. There's a little peel-off section there for the lens. Some nice, easy to read buttons. And this will be the button that it'll either place this in a separate folder or it'll hold the file for you if something goes wrong. Okay, also in the box, there is, it's getting stuck on my fingernail. Also in the box, there's a little plastic kind of crowbar thingy that you can put the cable in here behind the trim. I do that in every car, and that's why you can't mostly see the Navman in most of the other videos. So that's not a very long cord. So the little short cable is if you've got a USB point up in the top. So it's USB 3 at one end and USB-C at the other. It's interesting. Let's have a look at the other cable. This is a much longer cable. So this is probably the one I could use, and actually the one I can, let's open that. And this cable, so you've got the hardwire kit as well, remember. This cable comes with a USB adapter for the 12 volt supply. And before we go, I'll have a look at the, now this module, if I can get it open, is what you use for connecting for parking monitoring. Because believe it or not, this has a phone app, and the phone app will connect you to this thing, but there's the USB-C, and that's the bare wires that would go to the battery. So that's that. And then finally, the last thing that they've sent me, which I assume again is an option, is this dinky little, tiny little lens cap that is going to fit over. Polarising is great. It is especially good in very bright light. So, you get the unit itself, a short cable in case you've got a USB up the top, and a long cable to plug into your 12 volt supply and the actual 12 volt adapter. Plus you get instructions. There's also instructions there on how to, I just discovered there's a 3D pad. Sorry, a 3M pad. So you can mount this permanently to your windscreen with the 3M pad. So neither of those are going to help me very much because I go from car to car. So I have to take this from car to car, week to week. And so I need a suction cap. If I could advise anybody on improving this just one little bit, it would be to put a suction cup, at least a suction cup adapter on that. It doesn't look like it would take much. I've got the little piece of plastic attached to the windscreen, and then I've got the Viofo attached to that. I don't understand why it couldn't just attach to the windscreen, and it also means I can't move it. So once I finish the test and take it off, that'll be it. I'd have to get, I don't know, some 3M tape or something along those lines. But let's see how this goes. Now the other thing too, I'll just take that out for a minute. Because this is a USB, I've got a USB to USB-C adapter because this car only has USB-C. And to my surprise, the USB-C is enough to power the Viofo. It will not power my Navman, which is very much, that's just the Viofo starting up. One thing I did notice that once I had attached the Viofo to the screen angle was all wrong, and I was able to fix that by pulling the lens down. So it's got an up-down adjustment, not side to side. The first thing to notice though is you can actually see the screen is much smaller than the Navman, and the other thing is that it doesn't stay on. I mean, I'd normally have that here, but the buttons are quite difficult to see, whereas here they're very much prouder and easier to feel. But the one that you'd need most of all is the one to record an incident, and that is down the bottom. And if I press that, you can hear that it's giving me a loud beeping noise. There's also the app, and the company video has what the app does for you. If you're asking why I didn't put the app on my phone, I don't like putting apps on my phone. I've had a couple of bad experiences with apps that were just not all that, and a bucket of chips. Now we've gone into a tunnel, and we'll see when we won't be coming out into bright sunlight, so the test won't be quite as marked as it normally is, but you'll still be able to see what it's like when they come out into brighter light. Okie dokie. Sun's really going down fast now. I do like the Wi-Fi ability.
Wi-Fi enabled.
One thing I should have mentioned is that it's got voice control. The Navman does too, but I turn most of the voice controls off because sometimes, even with car systems, the voice control does things you don't intend it to. So we can see if we can see the porker in front. Green number plate, that's a different color, so we'll see how that comes out. Apart from anything else, it's important to see if you ever want to pass details on after you've had an accident. It's really important that whoever you pass the details onto can actually see the video clearly. But so far, if this performs, if this video is even half as good as my regular dash cam, it is an absolute thumbs up from me.